This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Hello, pet people, pet friends, pet lovers. This is Michelle Fern, your host on Best Bets for Pets. So if you love dogs and you love to laugh, you are going to love this show. This show is for you. Doggos is a brand on Instagram with over 2.4 million followers. And it's just so funny. We're going to be right back with one of the members of the team.
Looking for a dental treat that does more for your dog? Daily Dose is a 2-in-1 chew that pairs a daily dental scrub with powerful supplements to help with the biggest health concerns facing our dogs. Daily Dose was developed by vets to be simple to use and super effective. Plus, dogs love the taste. Available for joint, skin, heart health, or calming. Daily Dose. Your pet's daily dose of awesome. Visit yourpetsdailydose.com to save $3 on your first bag with promo code PETLIFE. That's yourpetsdailydose.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. I'd like to introduce John Truly. He is a brand manager at Doing Things Media, and we're going to talk today about Doggos Doing Things. Welcome, John.
Thank you so much for having me. Hi, everybody. I'm John.
For people that maybe don't know, I mean, I live on Instagram these days. The other stuff I'm not so into, but I love Instagram. And your I guess handle, it's at Doggos Doing Things. You have a crazy amount of followers, 2.4 million, which is humongous. And it's so funny. Tell people what Doggos Doing Things is about. And if you could share, how did it all get started?
Okay, yeah, so Doggos Doing Things is my Instagram handle. I've been running that page for, I'd say, roughly 5 years now, 2015. So I post either just humorous images or videos of dogs pretty much every day, 7 days a week. No days off in the Instagram world. And the entire purpose of the page is just to make people happy, make people laugh, and just a page that comes up into your feed and is never disappointing. That's my goal.
How did you decide to do this?
So I started on social media in about 2015. I was just making jokes, like running some like humor pages, making memes, just every day with a bunch of friends that I made online. It just kind of, I guess it became an addiction just to like make people laugh and see how many followers and shares you can get and all of that. And I noticed that like 90% of my content was animal based. I love animals. Everybody loves animals. It's just never disappointing. So I just wanted to have a dog page since I grew up with dogs and that's my favorite animal. So I just decided on the name Doggos Doing Things. It just came to me one day when I was working at another job, and luckily it was available. And within about a week of having that page, it grew to like 10,000 followers. And that was like, I've started a bunch of pages before that, but that one was just like, okay, this is it. This is the one people like.
2.4 million is huge. I mean, it's a niche market, and it's not like you're showing any, most of the Instagram sites that I see that have bazillions besides celebrities are when they're people half naked,
Yeah.
And so if you're not half naked and you have a million or so, even so many thousand, I mean, mine is little and fledging because I do mostly audio. Thank goodness I have a lot of audio listeners, and thank you listeners. But it's definitely disciplined and all of that. So 2.4 million is huge, huge, huge. And let me tell you that, before I get into what I thought about Doggos, you said you love dogs. Do you have dogs now?
Yes, I have one dog. His name is Buddy. He's a treeing walker coonhound. He is about 5 years old. He's kind of just like it's a breed common in Georgia. They're like a large beagle that's just extremely energetic. He loves to yell. He's very vocal.
Well, I have, according to your dog speak, which I think I've called him this before, a yapper. So
Of course.
well, I'm going to ask you about that too. So, okay, so you have a lot of memes, and for people that might know what that is, that's pretty much like a picture with a saying on it.
Yeah, it's mainly just like some sort of funny or interesting photo, and then a caption that kind of relates to life or just adds another level of humor to the image.
Now you've been established so many years and so forth, but when you got started, how did you just like search for funny videos?
Every social media that I knew of, like Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, Twitter, and every day you just see like dozens of really cool pictures. So I would just save them, and then if I had an idea later, like I'd scroll through and just post something up. And of course, at the beginning, to get followers is very difficult. Lots of people try it, but I think networking is one of the biggest ways to do it. Just kind of reaching out, or if people notice your jokes that are running a larger page, 99% of people will post it and tag you. Like nobody's really greedy on the Instagram game anymore, but I got all of my followers just from like larger people taking notice of what I was doing and kind of just sharing it and supporting it.
Well, you've done a great job, and the content is hysterical. Before I ask you some of your favorite memes, you also have special language, special doggo language. How did that all come about?
We got a doggo language. So the word, I think before I even went on to the internet in 2015, the word doggo existed. Like people said bork, bork, and fren, and it was just like a cute, wholesome language for pretending that that's how dogs would speak. Just always happy, always love everything. Just incredibly positive. There's people that do it, but everybody that's doing this just kind of evolves the language themselves. Like we all make up words all the time and take words from each other and add stuff, and it evolves. I don't think any definition, or some of them, but most definitions change over time, and you can kind of just say whatever you want, which is the fun and freedom part of it.
Right, but one of the cutest ones, and I've seen this, and I think they got it from you, is when your dog gets zoomies, when your dog just goes wacko and starts
zoomies.
Yeah, like running around in circles or something out of the blue. Great word for it.
Yeah, it's amazing. That's just when they get that sudden burst of energy. And so you have a yapper.
I have a yapper. And you don't have a special word for mutt. Do you have a word for old dog?
We don't. I would just kind of make it up based on an image of it.
Oh, well, I have an old dog and I have a yapper. And the yapper, I call him the guard dog or the warden because he knows when the cats are on the table. I don't even know how he knows that they're not supposed to be there. But I call him the warden. It's just what he is. If there was ever a funny video or something that would make it onto at Doggos doing things, it would be with the yapper whose name is Nicky. He's a Havanese, but he's even though he's purebred, he was a rescue, and he's just nuts. He's nuts.
Yeah, he sounds like a beautiful man. Another thing I could mention is, so the videos that I post are user submissions. So just growing the page, everybody kind of just wants their dog to be on it. So there's a link in bio in the Doggos Doing Things description on Instagram. And if you click that, you can put your own videos, and like that's how people get tagged. And people are just so excited when their dog makes it onto the page and they get to tell their friends and family and coworkers and whatever.
It's great that you do this because I was thinking about it, and I, looked at your Instagram, page and looked at everything, laughed my head off. And I needed to look at it a few times this week. It was a crazy week. And if it's just somebody putting it up, depending on who their network is, it only goes so far. But on your network, it goes even further. So it's just like spreading laughter and joy to just so many people. And some of them are just hysterical. Like there was one not that long ago where this white dog rolled in chalk, and what was it? He rolled in chalk, and and the tag I think said he rolled in chalk. Now he's the artwork.
Yeah, he became a rainbow.
Yeah. And there's another one with a pug that is dashing away from a mug, which is a mug of a pug.
Yeah, he was a little scared of that mug. I love that video.
And also there's one, I don't know, just looking at this, there's a German Shepherd and, I forget the other dog, a pug. I think it's a pug. And they're both tilting their head left and right,
yeah.
like they're trying to understand what a human is saying.
I pretty much wake up every morning and I go through the submissions that we get, like probably 150 a day.
Wow. And how do you decide which ones make it?
It's been years of like trial and error, of course. A lot of times it has to do with like the lighting and the angles. It's like we get a lot of submissions. Everybody's like, my dog is the most beautiful dog that's ever existed. Of course it'll make it on. But I just have to also, there's 2.4 million people that can possibly see it. So I just have to make sure that the quality is up. I read the comments. I see what people like and don't like. And I kind of just gauge it off the engagement, like how many comments it's getting. People like this sort of thing. The head tilting is always good. People love that.
I have a question for you. I was thinking about dogs and stuff, and I thought, because I have dogs and I have cats, and I was a dog person first. And even though I also have cat attitude, so I know about cats, but I think dogs are funnier.
Yeah, people always said like the cats are the rulers of the internet, but I think people are leaning more towards dogs these days.
I think dogs are just funnier.
Yeah, cats are hilarious and great, but the personalities that come with all the different types of dogs is just
right.
There's just more to go with there.
Right, and that's true. I mean, one of my cats is kind of almost dog-like. He's Maine Coon, and he's pretty funny. But otherwise, yeah, definitely dogs. All right, we're going to take a short break, and we're going to talk about the book you just put out. So we'll be right back.
Pork chop, his coat is very thick. He's an Akita, German Shepherd, Lab, Husky mix. Harold, the Border Collie Pit mix, has the most beautiful jet black coat. Stuart, my rat terrier, has fur now where he never had it before.
DINOVITE.com.
Dinovite will give them a beautiful, lustrous coat. It will make you smile.
You get some Dinovite, how happy your dog will be.
DINOVITE.com.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. We're talking to John Truly with @Doggos Doing Things. And John, you just put out a book. Now, you've been digital for years, and now you're going backwards almost, going a hard copy. Why a book?
Yeah, so we got some interest. The book is 150 of some of my favorite dogs from Instagram that I've either talked to over the years or interacted with. And I made lots of memes. Like in the book, it's mainly just putting text in the doggo language over photos. So it's like you're kind of just guessing what is going on in the mind of these animals. And yeah, we got the offer. We got some interest. They were like, I think this could turn into a good coffee table book. So I took all of my favorite images that I could find, spent some time on it, and we just got a hardcover. Came out, I think, 8 days ago officially. So it's just really exciting. Like the feedback has been great. Tons of dogs that I've followed forever on Instagram are posting their dogs like smiling with the book in front of them. Some of them are in it so they can take pictures of the page with their dog and then their dog looking at it. And I think it's just been nothing but positive since it came out.
I think it's great. Congrats on the book. I also think it's great timing because I know you mentioned 8 days ago, and in digital radio world, people listen at all different times. So for everybody listening, it's August 2020. But I think it's great timing because we're having a crazy year. This has been the weirdest year ever, I think.
Agreed.
Right? I mean, and it's just nice to have something to laugh about that is not also going to make you nuts, like laughing that, with this, I guess, crazy laughing or insane or horror laughing or something. But you just need to laugh, like good laugh.
It's been a terrifying year. Everyone's having a tough time. There's so much negativity online. So many people are arguing, like losing family members on Facebook about politics and all of this. So if I'm spending all of this time every day, I just only want to have something that people enjoy. Like, I don't need to be involved in the rest of what's going on there. And when the book was written and finished, you know how horse publishing takes a little while, but we did not know that the timing would line up like this. But I am very happy that it did.
Well, I think it's great timing. It's great that people can get the book. It makes a great gift. You can, I don't know what the holidays are going to look like this year, but it makes a great gift. And at Doggos Doing Things is something to definitely follow on Instagram and check out. It's just, I don't know, it's like your daily, like, cathartic laughing, you know, just from the stress of just life these days. So I think it's wonderful for, you know, everything you do to just put out that positive, you know, positive videos and so forth of dogs, because it's intense. It's a lot more work than it seems. And I know that because I have a tiny Instagram account that I've switched a couple of times. So it's I mean, you have to really dedicate. Like when you said 7 days a week and you're going through 150 submissions, that's a lot.
Yeah, it ended up, it's hours a day, but it has totally been worth it. Like, it's just part of my life now, you know? It's not like I'm going to work right now. It's just like, this is just what I do during my day, and it's normal because I've been doing it for so long. But yeah, I would never change anything about it. I can't believe that when I first started this stuff, I'd never expected to see that many followers in my life.
Well, I am so glad you stuck with it. And like you said, there's so much craziness going on. We've had political issues, we've had health issues, we've had racial issues, we've had and global situations. I mean, it's just everywhere. There's something. It's just been so many difficult things for people to deal with this year. Just a struggle.
Yeah.
And not just in one segment of the world, like in the US, it's global as far as pandemic.
Yeah.
And racial has been a lot of US, but I'm sure it's spread to other areas. There's just been, you know, a bombing in the Middle East. I mean, just craziness. So to have something as easy as, you know, go to Instagram, go to @Doggos Doing Things and just watch some of these and laugh and just get out of your, you know, head and have some cheer for a little bit is amazing.
Yeah.
It helps so much more than you think, you know?
It really does make some people's day every day. Like, I try to post 4 or 5 times a day, some images, some videos, and just, you know, judging from the DMs that we get and from the emails and everything else, it's just like, it's really important to people. And of course, like, staying up to date with what's going on in the world is important too. And like everything else, like, you can't just ignore life, but there's no problem in having some things that make you happy on your feed when you're online. And that's what I try to be a part of.
Exactly. We all have the struggles of life, and we all have the, you know, besides of the normal day to day, now we have this intense other stuff that's going on this year. So,
yeah,
you know, just to laugh is good.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just fun.
So people, it's @Doggos Doing Things. For everyone listening, there'll be information on the page for this episode of Best Bets for Pets. And John, I know your book is out. And I know that there's the regular places, but just tell us, where can people find it?
Yeah, so if you look up Doggos Doing Things on Amazon.com, it'll come up. It's in just regular stores like Barnes & Noble, Target, Walmart. Other than that, I would say if people listening want to submit videos of their dogs, you can definitely do that. And everybody's got something good on their phone. So if you want to try to get your dog seen by a couple million people, we'd love to have that as well.
Anything new that you're thinking of for coming up next? Like Catos doing things, or not yet?
I have cats doing things too.
Oh,
that page has 1.1 million. It's not
wow.
quite as popular, but I was living with a cat when I started that as well. But Doggos has been the focus, and that's like more of what people know me by.
So @Doggos Doing Things on Instagram. John, thank you so much for coming on Best Bets for Pets and telling everyone about @Doggos Doing Things on Instagram. And also, everybody, you can get the book as well. I'm just going to tell you from my perspective, @Doggos Doing Things is hilarious and it's well needed. Not just now during 2020 craziness, but anytime. Anytime a good laugh is good, right? So thank you so much for all you do, John.
Thanks for having me, Michelle. I had a lot of fun.
Well, if you need a good laugh, please check out at Doggos Doing Things. And it's so funny. And thanks to my crew that keeps me laughing, which is my little yapper, Nikki, and my old dude, which is Mr. Z, and my catos, which are Dennis and Molly and Charlotte, Sammy, Jethro, and Jazz. Thanks to everyone listening for keeping Best Bets for Pets popular on Pet Life Radio for 10 years. Wow. And thanks, of course, to my producer, Mark Winter, for making me and my guests sound great. Now, stay tuned. We have a lot of other great shows coming up.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.